Hi everyone, I am margourtarotreader. Thank you and welcome to SOLUNA Botanica. Now, today I want to discuss certain things with you, but I feel that overall we will be doing a draw for a daily card. Okay. I wanted to mention that here in Soluna Botanica shop, mm, we are open 7 days a week. Believe it or not, we are. uh, Again, I feel that I am a new generation, if you will, in reference to the way that we seek spiritual enlightenment. And I feel the need to want to be there to make it at ease for you to be able to have that healing or teaching or acknowledgement, any questions that you have when it comes to the spiritual self and the growth of your physical and spiritual enlightenment. And so, being in the physical space is absolutely a wonderful dream come true, but it's also a must because we do need certain people to come in and feel the vibration, feel the energy. And like I've said before, it is absolutely true. You walk in here and it feels that peace, you feel that energy, that protection, that healing source that you're needing or wanting. Okay. And then we also have, as you know, of course, through the virtue, through YouTube's and any kind of sector that we can get in, we will, try. Um, and so, in one of those other ways, is absolutely to stay open 7 days a week because we do not have everyone's running their life in certain ways, so therefore I have to make myself available to you in any way that I can. Okay. um, it is not, how do I put, it doesn't feel like a job for me. It feels calm and soothing to do this. I love what I'm doing. I love what I've been experiencing, in the physical form and absolutely in the spiritual sense of energy. I love the growth that they have embedded in me, the trust that they have embedded in my vessel, in my body. I love the fact that they are using my vessel in any way possible to transcend whatever messages they're needing for us in this physical life to understand, and why not? You should be able to know and understand what's going on within you and around you, not just for yourself or your loved ones, but in the whole aspects of the earth itself, and including in other earthly lives. Um, and so, we, and I keep saying this because they keep saying we encourage, for you to speak out, for you to ask these questions. And of course, if I have the answer, I will absolutely give them to you. If they give me a right away to answer the questions, I would absolutely do so. Unless they want to give you advices instead of the answer, because that happens quite a lot as well. Okay. And to recap, when we do your personal reading, including in general sometimes, when we are predicting, it's not so much of predicting, it's about giving you the insights and the path to lead to where you want to take. Because, yes, there are sets, routes, journeys, travels that we need to do in the physical life and spiritual life as well, because believe it or not, we are running two domains within ourselves. We're running our physical body and we're also running our spirit, our souls. And it's a lot to take, yes, but it becomes, once you start understanding certain things, it becomes more at ease for you to transcend to that energy and say, I know why I'm going through these things, or why should I or shouldn't I? Okay. And of course, they also give us the privilege to take certain actions towards certain circumstances in our lives. As you know, as I always state, that there are predictions that cannot and will not be changed because it is the path that you or others have to take in this physical life. Okay. When we do spells and rituals, do not be harmed. Even if it looks in a negative way, do not be harmed. It is only intention for those purposes of the use of trying to manifest certain things. And it depends on each individual circumstances. Sometimes the actions can be seen as negative, But trust when I say that it is for the best interest of whoever it is that the work needs to be done for or within. Okay. And when it comes to rituals and spells, we are not able just to do for physical people, but also in the spiritual realm as well. Just because a loved one has passed on does not mean that you can interact with their energy, communicate with them, or find a way to help them, guide them through, and enlighten their vibration, their energy into a higher purpose, a higher elevation of where they may not be. So it's we are so entwined with everything around us, with the universe, with the ethers, with the earth, and other means of ether ways of energy. And so therefore we become one, and I always state that, and I will continue to do so forever and ever, that we are all source of one. And that is why I claim and proclaim that there is no boundaries within my space and what I do. There's no discrimination when it comes to religions in practice and or belief, respectfully so, but also with the saints, angels, and goddesses and whatnot. And again, it is a peaceful space. As I always communicate with them, and prior to working with whoever it is that I'm working with, when it comes to the physical and spiritual, we have this understanding of how to communicate physically and spiritually, and how to help each other. It is how I work. It is how I transcend the messages. It is how I manifest and put rituals and spells out there for the universe. And one of the things that I like to also use, it is the energy of the person that I'm working with, and of course, as always, the energy of the people that I'm going to be interacting with as well. It's just a little recap, and to let you know that we do a lot, and to do a lot we have to also prepare ourselves. When I say us, ourselves is thyself and the higher self. Okay. In order to it may look easy, but it's not. I work in a slight similar but absolutely different from others. I've always stated that, and it will always be the case. So if you are here and it is your first time, welcome, welcome, welcome into our spiritual community, to enlighten your body, your mind, your soul, your spirit, to heal your body, your soul, your mind, your spirit, and of your loved ones as well. You have been chosen or guided by your spirits, by your guide, or even thyself, to understand something, to have certain answers, certain questions, answers to you or for anyone within your surroundings. If you are feeling lost, this is the safe space for you. If you're, whatever it is that you are going through, and I keep saying, I will always say that however way it comes through, because there might be someone that is needing this today or tomorrow. You never know. Or maybe in 20, 50, 30, 100 years, whoever is running into this channel. I will always say this, that even when my time comes to leave my vessel, my body, you can always reach out for me. And I will always answer, and I will always find a way to help you. That it is my path. It is why I'm here, and it is why I will continue in any other way of the spiritual realm. You will always find me in the best way possible for the loving enlightenment and path of yours and any other ones that you are needing. I will always help you when it comes to love, when it comes to family, when it comes to children, when it comes to you, to you, to you, to you. Okay? In the time of need, you will know, because you will hear my answers loud and clear. And I just heard someone say, well, what is it that I need to do once you passed on? Well, as you know, I am very, very spiritual. I love candles. It doesn't matter. I'm not that picky. I love candles, so you can light any candles. And I love music. I love classical music, opera music. I love music. If I could have been a dancer, in this life, man, would I have taken it? I thought about it. I really did. But I digress. So I love music. What's my favorite music? In the moment, I'm very connected to mantra, uh, to church bells. My vibration is going in a different path right now, but it doesn't matter. Just play any music, and I'll be cleaning into it. Um, and wine. I love wine. Um, and again, I'm not picky, so whatever wine you have that you can put out for me, absolutely, you will know that I'm there. I will give you that sign. And I keep saying, do I have any specific sign that you will understand that I'm there? Well, yeah, normally you know because the wine will be bad. Um, but for the moment, those are the ways that you will be able to connect with me when my vessel has passed, um, and my spirit is free from this beautiful body, and I have transcended into the ethers. But my light, as always, as all our loved ones, will continue to grow in line. And the more people I am able to have here in this physical life to help, to guide, to heal, in any way possible, um, you will give my vibration a higher frequency. And I will absolutely, in any way possible, continue to do this as I have in previous lives. I will continue to do so moving forward. For as long as the Creator feels that I am at use and that I relinquish um, all my being in the higher purpose, in the greater purpose of humanity, of our spiritual life, and you know, uh, is there a sacrificial? Is it a sacrificial things? Everything in life is, um, because there are certain things that you have to, uh, either stay away from or change or shift. There are certain things that you have to. It's not a must, but it just becomes you naturally. Okay. Um, Here's a little note. I When I was a little girl, I wanted to be a nun, um, and I've always wanted to be a nun. I kept seeing myself as a little girl with all the gowns and the big hats, uh, you know, um, and just visualizing myself. And now I know why, according to certain lives. But certain things happened within my path that I felt I was not deserving of. And as I grew into my teenage years and so forth, I've always been in church since I was a little girl. Um, all my visions and in the spiritual life, at times they were confusing, but now I know why. Um, and so when a preacher, when a father would speak, I was I was irritated sometimes because I felt that those were not the answers or the right path, and I couldn't understand myself, and now I know why. And I felt that they were given wrong acknowledgement, wrong knowledge of, or deceptive ways, leading you to certain things. And so now I know why. Um, but nevertheless, all the blessings that I've had from priest to priest, father to father till this day, I still believe in that oath. And as my clients know, I am a Roman Catholic, very devoted to that. But I also look at other religions. I also believe in certain things that other religions may or may not have. And I have my own beliefs based on the knowledge that I've been given. But it's not about choosing one after the other. It's about doing what's best for you, and it's about seeing, most important, that whatever religion you're choosing or to understand, that they're doing the best for you, not taking advantage of you in your monetary, in your well-being, etc. Okay, be alert, because there are so many out there and so many more that will come, and they will not be those that you feel that they are. And including, as we speak now and forever, there will be certain beliefs in churches that certain people been in a long very standing, and they will come to find out drastic things. I will say this, I will say this: the church knows very specifically how Jesus looks. They know, they have the knowledge. They know all his existence. They know the way he looked, the way he did the things he did. They know, okay. Um, they have that privilege locked very, very so. Um, and I understand why certain things are closed off, because the world has been more negative than positive in coming years, and we delegate certain answers, certain beliefs in a total different way. So I hope I'm not offending anyone, but the truth is the truth, and as my clients know, I'm kind of hard with the truth. I lay it out as they come. I try to ease it in, but I will not shed away from what it is. Okay. And so I'm very direct with the facts. And if you're seeking the facts, the truth of what you want to know, this is the place. Okay. um and so it's I have my beliefs and I use them all the time. And what else I was gonna say? So yes, um in my shop, as also I would like to also announce that yes, I am ordained. I can do weddings, ceremonials, baptismal, churches, and things, funerals, etc. Why I chose that is because, again, I'm a new energy, a new way of embracing the spiritual life. However way they take me is what I take and what I use. Um, with this spiritual enlightenment, it's all in one. I keep saying that because it's not just about one thing: read, predict. Not for me. And it I felt the need that I had to have that in the physical sense, the paper, right? But in the spiritual sense, I've already been blessed to do so, years and years ago. But most importantly, by the higher self, in their own privacy, in the way that they work with me. So, but I have my documentations to do so in the physical sense. I keep saying that. Because when we are dealing with spiritual growth, spiritual life, we have to touch all bases. And one of those bases is that I'm able to marry you, yes. But guess what, for those new ones that don't know, I'm able to do also a spiritual wedding. That is the must and the most highest. Okay? Not the physical itself, because we all need it legally, right? We can do that still. But the spiritual wedding is the one that is the most divine, you know. And yes, I can also do a spiritual wedding for those that are passed on. If you are living and they're passed on, we can connect to their energy. And according to their answers, I will know if it's a yes or a no that they agree upon to do so. Trust me, it is done. There are priests that still do that. They did it back in the days and they're still doing so. Um, if two people have passed on recently, there's able to communicate with their energies, and depending where they both are at the time that we reach out to their energy, we can see if it's able to be done. Now, for that to be, we have to also see the physical life, how their physical life was till the day that they passed. Were they engaged? Were they living together in certain things? See, when you come for a personal reading, there are things that I'm able to see that you do not know. So there are things that I will able to see within the physical life that you're doing, and also the spiritual energy. So, and And these are one of the things that when certain people come and say, listen, I need this person to come back, or I need this person to be tied to me, you know, that is why reading is being done, because we need to understand physically and spiritually, is it the right thing to do? And there are other things that the spirits will let me know if it's able to be processed, to be put out to the ethers, to abide by that ritual or spell, and then perform it, and then have it be done, and let the universe mature that energy to take place. Okay. And there's certain things. I mean, it's easy said than done. Trust me on this. And therefore, there's certain things that we have to look now. You know, if you're seeking someone to return to you in certain hours and period of time, so be it. Can it be done? Yes. But that is not certain things that I will be able to apply to, because, again, I'm all about the spiritual enlightenment, the spiritual journey that you're supposed to be in this life. And forcefully have someone back to you, it is not something that I am willing to do. There are things that need to take place. There are things that must be taking place. So if your spirit guides, if your energy or your journey says no, then the answer will be no. It has been, and it will probably so continue to do for some. Okay. um, there are certain entities and energies that are able to do that for you. So, you know, you can go and throw your money elsewhere, or do it the right way with me. Okay. And I always tell someone, I will know when you've been to other readers, other healers, whatever it may be. And that's okay, because you learn by mistakes. That is why we're here. And through that process, you end up in my channel or in my door. Okay. Because this is the last stop. If you continue going through other people, that's on you. But this should be your last stop for all your spiritual enlightenment answers, etc. Because in the divine's energy, this is how we will be able to process you in the best way possible, with no doubts, with no negativity, with no hassles of what your energy is and should be. Okay? You would want to be in the right space for all kinds of spiritual energy. And this is it. Based on the answers I've been given, it is what it is. Take it as you like. Um, if you want to reconcile, for example, with someone, then come along. Let's see. Are we able to help you? Are we able to do so? And if we are, what are the shifts that needs to be done? What are the changes that needs to be done that has not been? See, that is very critical also, because sometimes we ask ourselves, well, things are not changing. Things are not changing because physically and spiritually you still are stuck, or those energies are still stuck. And there has to be a shift and change in all of us. Whether we want it or not, it will come along. But when we are seeking something that is more prosperous to us, then we also have to recognize that we do need to shift and change something about us. Okay. So if you're new and did not know that, then go out today and have something positive within you, and be grateful about it. Whatever it is, you know, you found a nickel or a dime in the street, put a cross on it and say thank you to the universe, or it will give you more. You went home and, you know, I don't know, your plant didn't need water today. Be grateful for that. You went home, somebody had food for you ready and served. Grateful for that. Less hassle of the day. Be grateful for that. That, most importantly, you're here today, love and light. Grateful for that. Your loved ones are well today, love and light. Grateful for that. There are so much to be grateful for, but yet we're so focused on the not, when there's so much yes in our lives. Okay. We can go on with how many grateful things we are. Okay. Even I myself do that. So we have to open up our space. You are, and I have to say, beautiful within you. You are absolutely amazing. You are wonderful. You are godly made, and however shapely you're made, you are beautiful. Please trust me and believe me in that. Look at yourself, and I would, my clients will know this. I always tell them, go to the mirror, butt naked, look at yourself, find something within you that is beautiful, and you will find at least three. It should be more, but there are so many beautiful things in our vessel, in our body, that we take for granted. Okay. I know that when we are going through a depression, and depression has a lot to do with everything, the physical and the spiritual life. And sometimes, believe it or not, it has nothing to do with us. It has to do with the energies that crossed over to our energy, physically and spiritually. And it, we are the one hindering those energies of the other person or people. Okay. So, yes, I will always recommend do yourself, find someone that you can trust to do a spiritual cleansing of your body and spirit and physically, okay, of your home, etc. If you have had one done, in the last 3 months or so, it's time to do so. You have to purify yourself, because we are in a space of living on earth that we're interacting. Trust me when I say this, not just with the physical energies, but also the spiritual energy around us. Okay? And yes, we're interacting with other entities, other spirits, other souls, other unearthly and earthly things. So we have to discard what is not serving us and only ask for those blessings that we want and wish at the time. Okay? If you're needing those things, I am more than happy to help you on those things and serving you in all. Okay? When it comes to spiritual growth. Again, you can email me at margourtarotreader@gmail.com. Look in the channel, find me. SOLUNABOTANICA2@gmail.com, and I'll be more than happy to help you. There are so many ways to get connected to me to do these things, and that is why I am here 7 days. Okay? It has nothing to do with religions. Oh, you're working on a Sunday, someone said. No. This is a new age. This is a new beginning. This is a new spiritual community that I'm embracing, that I choose to, for the sake of thyself and you. Okay? So we're working on that. Eventually, I know that it's going to expand and grow differently. Eventually, we're going to have in person and the virtual side at the same time, where we will be able to come together and talk about our spirits, our way of living life, and we'll start with an hour or two in the physical space. Okay, so we'll see. With our subscribers or people that follow us, keep in touch, or every now and then email me and ask me about those things, or text me, and we will see how we are going to come with this, because eventually it is about us. It's not a congregation, it's not a church, it's a community that we're doing. There's no how to put this, there's no a yes and a no kind of thing here. Okay? You can stay and you're welcome for as long as you want, or you can come and go as you please. And when it comes to donations, in the very moment, it is as you want them to be, not as I am putting out there for you, like all the churches, 10%, 20%. I do not do that. It's a hard-earned money that you're doing in the physical sense. So, trust me and believe me, every penny, every quarter goes a long way. And we welcome everything, because eventually this space is going to be 10 times more, and it will be for all of us to come together in God willing names. Okay, that is what they're saying, and that is why I'm holding on to. So yes, I will live as long as they want me to. Okay, but I'm like, oh, damn. But yeah, so the physical address for those that are needing it, it is 630 Murphy Road, Suite 101, Stafford, Texas 77477. Phone number 346 719-7191. Okay? Email solunabotanica2@gmail.com or margourtarotreader@gmail.com. Okay? Uh, if you're new, please subscribe and like and share. Go to Soluna Botanica in YouTube, the same, like and share. Go to Margo, Your Tarot Reader channel. Subscribe, like, and share. Do all that you can, because those are also considered donations. Okay. Donating, yes, I am very grateful and thankful. I've had coffee sent to me, very much so. Thank you everyone for that, for those that have. I'm a hot latte girl and also matcha tea. Surprise me and I take all surprises. Any given surprise is a love and light. Okay. And yes, we do monetary as well here. We take all that as well. Any gifts that you have from anywhere you want to send, I welcome them all. And I'm grateful and thankful that they're coming in still, all the gifts and postcards and etc. from the travels of my clients. Love it. Thank you. And they're my keepsake. They're my keepsake. I'm journaling certain things that I want when it is my time to leave my soul, to leave my vessel. And there are certain things that I treasure physically that I have from my loved ones, but I will render certain things that I would have to have with me when I go. I don't know why I'm saying this, but I will say this to you. I will tell you a story. So I have someone that I trust with certain things, and so I told her when it's my time. I said, I love heels. I can't wear them the way I used to, because I've fallen so many times when I used to do my wild things. And I digress. But anyhow, I told her, I said, just make sure that I have my hair done, my eyelashes done, etc. But most importantly, my heels. I said, I have to have my heels. And unfortunately, our physical body goes through certain, stages. And she's like, well, how am I going to do it? Your feet, it's going to be all twisted and bended. I said, you never know. But if it is, break it, do what you must. But I need my heels. So anyways, that is one of the stories of that. But, it's one of those things for me that years ago, certain people, I will be so frightened of death, so frightened of, because of the things that people would talk about, Halloween and the Day of the Dead and things like that. It is what the persona, it is what the humans have put out there for us to believe and understand and accept. But now that I do what I do, it's an enlightenment like no other. And I embrace that. We are from October to January, in the most beautiful energies to communicate with our loved ones, to find a way to let them know that they're still with us and love them and thinking of them, and we give them that vibration that they need, however way they need it, So come along, interact with their energy. Do not be afraid. Again, this is a safe space, and I make sure of that. And so now for me, it's a beautiful thing to experience those kind of vibes and energies and interactions. I love certain things that in the physical sense, kind of, oh my God, this is evil. No, it's not. No, it's not. This is the representation of our physical body, believe it or not, our bones, And so it's to the eye is the behold. I feel like I need to say that, but this is excuse me, this is a beautiful thing for me. Okay, I have learned to experience and accept so many things that it's in a whole different vibe. Now, I will not, there are things that you should not do. I will say that, because if you're in a negative space, negative thoughts, negative energy, then these are certain things that you should not be interacting with. Okay. Because again, what you've been placed in the beliefs make you think energy is bad, negative energy, negative thoughts. So there's a lot of things, and not just this. I'm gonna have to say this, not just this. So you see my beautiful angel here. Okay, what does this represent? The enlightenment, the Heavenly Father, and whatnot. Absolutely, it does. But even certain things like this can become negative if you are in a negative space. You know, isn't that beautiful? I have to say that for whoever it is going through something that is not in the proper way. And look at this. Ta-da! My cross. My cross. Isn't it beautiful? It's glued in here. Absolutely. I love it. Now I need to put my heart in here. Glue. I'm digressing a lot, am I? I'm a chatty box today. Anyways, you see this beautiful cross. Even this can become problematic to your energy. Now, why I say this? Because depending on your energy, and if you're a negative entity energy, this can become like a way to proceed continuously, bothering your physical sense, your energies, okay? And unfortunately, it happens quite a lot. I am not saying, oh my God, the church or the whatever. No, it has nothing to do with that. It has to do with your energies, with what you're going through, with what you're feeling in your space. For some reason, I'm saying this in today's video. So someone is experiencing something that is not in a proper way, or someone that you know of, right? Or maybe it's giving you an answer of something that's happened recently to you or to someone. But here's the kicker. I'm not saying throw it away. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You must continue put that trust and faith within you, because that's the test of times. Remember, and I'm going back here. Remember when Jesus was tested so many given times in his belief, in his trust, in his faith, in his hope. And it will always continue to do that forever and ever and ever to us as well. Because he went through what he went through, and so shall we. Okay? For as long as your faith stays, it will overcome. It will overcome. And it will drag you. It will drag you in the most horrific ways. But if your faith conveys and stays, it will overcome you, and it will overshadow everything else. And you're gonna go through those hurdles that you never thought you could imagine. You're gonna go through those hurdles in visions and dreams and physical sense and body and whatnot. It will put you in the 12th house. It will put you in the darkness, in the overshadow, etc. In emotionally, spiritually, and most importantly, physically. And it might even take you to the doctors, and the doctor's going to say, oh my God, he's crazy. Oh my God, it's schizophrenia. Oh my God. In the physical sense, science does not explain all this, because it's not there for them to understand, because they are either non-believers, etc. But here you are, is what your explanation is. Those are the answers. In a spiritual sense, you are being attacked. You're being provoked because of your beliefs, because of your studies. If you have the Bible, you keep reading it, or you're going through a ministry of Bibles, or a shift of change of energy, physically and spiritually. Thus, these things will come about, and they will interact and fight over. Why? Because negative entities will always fight for the good. They will always fight the good. They don't want the good to succeed, or they don't want that good soul to become in a better frequency, in a better enlightenment of energy vibration. So they will always come and knock on yourself to drag you in the best way. Okay? Yes, with those challenges come a lot of things. And yes, you are supposed to overcome these things. And I say that because unfortunately there have been cases that has not been, that the pain, the withdrawal, the everything that gives you, takes you in, and you become lost in the physical sense and in the spiritual sense. Anyone out there going through this, immediately search, find some spiritual help for those things. Okay. So I have had in the past, and still do, some clients that come in for certain things that they've experienced. And so depending what it is, sometimes this is not all about the shift of energy or God and your beliefs. And sometimes this can also be because someone has done something to you, voodoo, spiritual work, you name it, and they worked with something that is negative, so therefore it is behind you or within you all the time. So in a reading, or literally as soon as I see the energies through the media or through the physical self, I can sense what's going on. Okay. When those spiritual readings come along, I can tell right off the bat what's what. But you can come, or you can through the media have your own personal experience, your own personal reading, and we can see what is literally causing those type of actions. Okay. Whether it's a voodoo ritual, or whether it's the entities, the energies going in a different way, whether it's your spirit guides putting you through this path. We are born with a written book, and I keep saying that because our birth chart gives us that acknowledgement. Okay. The key to certain things of our lives. And so sometimes I would look at those things also to see where certain planets are at the time, where certain energies are. It delegate certain other things as well. So I use everything and all in order to get the conclusion that I need for my clients. My clients know that all the time. So I digress on everything, and I had to touch bases on that for whoever it is that needed that in today's overview. Okay. But yes, maintain your faith in any way that you have it, whatever faith it is, and it will always be glorious to you. Nothing can be taken away, even through the tribulations of the hardships. You will always be successful. Love and light. Amen. Okay. And just maintain that beautiful faith within yourself. Okay. Nothing lasts forever. Not in the physical sense. Okay. That is why we're here in earth, in this life, living it. So I'll leave you with that beautiful, beautiful cross. Okay. Look at that. Yes, I do have other crosses. I love all kinds of crosses here. So if you want to mail me some, whatever, I love it. I have crosses that certain clients have brought from, including Jerusalem, Egypt, and things like that. They are just divine. I'm all about I'm a nut. Yeah. But everyone, thank you for taking your time to listen and or watch today's video. I hope that you had found yourself into a better vibration today, and I hope to see you, whether it's virtually or in person, and most importantly, love and light to you and to yours. Again, I'm Margo, tarot reader. Thank you and welcome to Soluna Botanica. Love and light.